If she has health issues, as you say, and I'm supposed to sympathize with that and be concerned about that and your ability to do jail time because of that and because of your conditions, why are you not being sympathetic with her and allowing her to share a bedroom with a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old? Why are you not doing that?
The union bookkeeper stole to feed her pill addiction. The state wants jail, but Judge Boyd discovers she makes her sick mother share a room with 2 young kids instead of giving up her own bedroom. The sympathy plea backfires, and the sentence stuns everyone.
Calling 2022 CR 1445, State of Texas versus Jeanette Elaine Simmons. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Chandler Bowen for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Nathaniel Navy for Ms. Simmons.
And are you Ms. Simmons?
Yes, I am.
You entered a plea to count 2. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. The state opposes your application for deferred adjudication and they're recommending community supervision. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes, Judge, I have.
Any objections, state?
None from the state.
Any objections, defense?
Judge, the only objection that I would have is the characterization of the insurance company as a victim in this case. The union, who is the victim in this case, has been made whole by the insurance company. And that's my only small quibble with that, is that I don't believe they're a victim. This is something that they contracted with the union for. It's the reason that the union pays premiums to an insurance company. It's something that they specifically consider when they contract for the services judge. The only other, and on that, I'll have argument on that, Judge. I know that that's something that's below the line, and I'm going to ask that you not order restitution to the insurance company. The only other thing that I would like to add is that there are additional medical issues that Ms. Simmons has that are ongoing that were not known at the time that she entered this PSI. It's been reset a number of times.
All right. Anything else from the state with regards to the PSI report?
Just regarding, well, it's argument. It's not regarding the PSI.
All right. Any witnesses from either side?
Ms. Simmons, I would call Ms.
Hey,
Simmons.
could you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You can lower your hand. You're going to need to speak up so that everybody can hear.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, defense.
Thank you, Judge. Can you say your name for the record?
Jeanette Elaine Simmons.
Okay. Can you spell that for the court coordinator?
JEANNETTE. Elaine ELAINE. Simmons SIMMONS.
Okay. And now, before we get into any of the other factors that were going on in your life at the time of this offense, I want to be clear. Is there any excuse for what you did in this case?
No, there is not.
Do you accept your guilt in this matter fully?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so there's no excuse for it.
No, there.
Okay. What was your position during the time of the offense? What was your position with this union?
I was the bookkeeper.
Okay, you were their bookkeeper. So were you in a position of trust?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And you understand that you abused that position of trust?
Yes, I did.
And can you explain how the damage that you inflicted in this case was more than just monetary?
My actions led to a diminishment of the reputation of the company, as well as the coworkers that I worked with at the time. My actions created doubt in who they were in the work and their integrity. My actions led to the doubt in the reputation of the company that I worked for, as well as the coworkers that I worked with. There's no excuse for what I did. My actions made them look poorly, even though they did nothing wrong.
And you described to me seeing the look on Mr. Kenyon's face when he had to confront you. And before I get into that, who is Mr. Kenyon?
Mr. Kenyon was the president of the union at the time when I worked there.
Okay. And seeing him when he realized what had happened and he confronted you, how did you feel in that moment?
That's when I realized the actions that I had done had consequences, and that I had really hurt him. He was a good boss to me, and had trusted, and I violated that trust.
Okay, what was his facial expression like? Can you
He was
describe
very
it?
disappointed, he was upset. He was in disbelief.
And can you blame him?
No,
And you said that you experienced that same type of feeling of disappointment later on. And can you describe that?
later on when I had to admit to my family what I had done and why I had been arrested.
Correct. And so you admitted that your actions not only could cause your coworkers to lose faith in you, but the union as a whole, right?
Yes, the members as well.
And you understand that for the most part, unions are created for the benefit of working people, right?
Yes, they are.
And you understand that there's at least some faction of people that are against unions, possibly because they think they're unnecessary or because they think they're corrupt, correct?
Yes, but my actions didn't help with that opinion.
So
I furthered it,
and that's through no fault of anybody else, right?
just my fault.
Okay. Now, okay, I'd like to get into some of the issues that were going on in your life around the time of the offense. Did you have an issue with substance abuse at that time?
Yes, I did.
What were you using?
Pain pills and alcohol,
What kind of pain pills?
oxycodone and tramadol.
Okay. Was that the first time you had an issue with substance abuse with oxy, or was there a previous time
I had previously had issues with it when I was a teenager.
when you were a teenager?
Yes,
About how old were you when you started using?
14, 15 years old.
Just a moment.
Stop at some point?
I stopped when I was getting ready to go to college because I had a medical report that showed that I was causing damage to my organs.
Your physical for college?
Yes, my physical for college.
Okay. And then after that time, when was the next time you had to use a similar type of pill?
When I had surgery in 2017 for a hysterectomy.
When you had surgery?
Yes,
Okay. And you were prescribed, what were you prescribed?
oxycodone and some other medications.
Okay. Now, at that time, did you abuse those pills or did you take those as prescribed?
I took them as prescribed.
Okay. And were there leftover pills that you hadn't used?
Yes, there were.
Okay. Now, before we get into the usage of the pills further, what kind of financial stressors, can you just kind of explain to the court the kind of financial stressors that you and your family were experiencing when you moved to San Antonio?
We had already lost a home in California. We moved to San Antonio to start over. My husband and I both worked for Amazon and we both were injured on the job. I was out of work. We were trying to take care of our household on just his income, and then he got injured and he lost a lot of his pay. And then we ended up losing the apartment of the house that we were renting at the time and living in hotels, extended stays until March of the following year, March of 2018. I'm sorry, April of 2018.
What were the positions you and your husband had with Amazon at that time?
We did packing, we packed all the boxes for the deliveries.
Okay, so it was a physically intensive job.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then so when you got injured, did you have the same income that you did when you were working?
I did not.
Okay, and then your husband also got injured at a later point, isn't that right?
Yes, it is.
And so both of your incomes then were diminished.
Yes,
Okay, and then you said that you started staying at extended stays.
yes.
Okay, and so basically you didn't have a permanent residence at that point.
No, we did not.
Who else was living with you and your husband? Do you have any children?
I have 5 children and my mother kept living with us at the same time.
Okay, what are the ages of the children now?
My eldest is 20, 19, 16, 10, and 7.
But obviously they were younger in 2017.
Yes.
Okay. Do any of your children have special needs?
My oldest son is autistic.
Okay. And does your second oldest child, does she have any mental health issues that she's been dealing with?
She was just released from Methodist and diagnosed as schizophrenic.
Correct. So, okay, so those were, and then your mother, you said your mother's living with you. Why is your mother living with you?
She doesn't have the income to live on her own, and she also had a lot of health issues. She is recovering from bladder cancer, and she's diabetic and losing her vision.
Okay. Does she receive any Social Security?
She does, but it's not enough to sustain her on her own.
So it's not, how much does she receive?
About $700 a month.
Okay, so that's not enough just to pay for her needs, correct?
It is not.
So you have to supplement, you and your husband.
Yes, we do.
Okay. And then so to maintain your household of 5 children with the special needs of 2 and your mother, both incomes are pretty critical to sustain the household. Is that fair to say?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So now can we describe the usage of substances during your time with work with the union?
I was drinking and taking pills while at work. It started off once in a while until it got to the point where I was doing it every day.
Okay. What caused you to, in your mind at that time, what caused you to start taking those pills and drinking alcohol in the first place?
I was under a lot of stress, and instead of asking for help and seeking assistance, I turned to pills and alcohol.
Was it basically to try to numb yourself to the stressors?
Yes, it was.
Okay. And you said that your usage started getting higher and higher. At first, how much was it? And then at its highest point, how much were you taking?
At first, it was 1 or 2 pills in a day, maybe twice a week. By the end, it was every day, 4 to 5 pills plus alcohol.
Okay. And now, where were you getting these pills from if you were using them so often? How did you start getting them once your old supply ran out?
My husband was still going through physical therapy and pain treatment, and he was not taking the pills, but they were still being prescribed. So I used his pills. I would get prescription pills and take his pills. And when those would run out, I would obtain them illegally. I'm sorry? When those pills would run out, I would obtain them illegally.
Was your husband aware that you were taking his pills?
No, he was not.
Because was he using them at the time, or?
He was not. He actually told me not to fill the prescription, and I would do it behind his back.
Okay. So he had an ongoing prescription
Yes,
due to
he
his
did.
issues.
Yes, he did.
Okay. So you would go to the pharmacy and just fill them. Okay. Now, obviously, your way of thinking back then and your way of dealing with stress, can you describe why that was not the way to do it?
It led me to make decisions that were terrible for my life as well as the life of the people I affected with my actions.
Were they long-term or short-term fixes?
Very short-term fixes with long-term terrible effects.
Okay. And obviously you had issues with dishonesty, correct?
That's correct.
With your husband at that time for taking his pills and then with the union.
Yes.
And then were you, to fund your addiction, is that why you started taking from the union?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Was it fair to say that you were barely making enough money to sustain the household? And so if you needed more pills, you had to
take away from that, yes.
Do you want to learn to change those behaviors?
Yes, I do.
What steps have you taken thus far to do that?
I discontinued the use of pills. I've taken a drug offenders course, anti-theft course. I've enrolled in college to try and improve my financial situation so that I can get a better position.
Okay, when was the last time you used pills without a prescription?
December 18, 2018.
When was that?
That was the day I got fired from the union.
So that was the wake-up call.
Yes.
And if the judge tested you today, you'd be clean.
Yes, I would.
Okay. And you said you took an anti-theft course.
Yes.
How long was that course?
About 14 or 16 hours.
Okay. Was it the longest one you could find?
Yes.
Okay, so there were other shorter ones, but you took the longest.
Yeah.
And you said you took a drug offender education program.
Yes, we did.
Can you describe to the court the things that you learned in those programs?
I learned that I don't only have a problem with pills, I also have a problem with alcohol. I wasn't aware of that. I wasn't acknowledging that. I also learned that I take the easy route with pills rather than seeking help. I'm not good at asking for help. I've learned since then that that is not the way to function. And that my actions have incredible effects, especially on my family.
And you said that you're taking college classes now.
Yes, I am.
How do you fit the time in with everything going on?
I take online classes.
You take online classes, and you stated that's to try to get into a better financial situation, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And Judge, at this point, I'd offer defense exhibits 1 through 4.
No objection.
And
Have they been marked?
yes, they have.
And he's already shown them.
It's the 2 certificates, 1 letter of recommendation, and then the college transcripts so
Alright.
far.
Defense exhibits 1, 2, 3, and 4 are admitted without objection.
Okay. And so you understand that the things that you've done are just a start.
Yes.
Would you take any class, whether it's mental health or substance abuse or whatever conditions the judge asks you to do, will you complete those?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Do you believe that you can change that old way of thinking permanently?
Yes.
Now, with regard to, or actually, I want to get into, with regard to, you understand that the judge, one of the conditions is that the state is asking for 60 days in the county jail.
Yes.
And you understand that it may be a possibility that the judge may consider granting that via GPS house arrest.
Judge.
Yes. All right, so everyone in the box, we're on the record. Please do not talk in the box while we're on the record. Thank you.
And so you understand that the judge, there's a possibility that the judge may accept GPS house arrest in lieu of the actual jail time.
That is what explains to me, yes.
But that's up to the judge. You don't have any control over whether she orders that or not.
Absolutely not.
And if there's a chance you may have to go into custody today.
Yes, there is.
Okay. Now, you explained the situation with your 5 children. How would, obviously, if you were in custody for an extended period of time, would you lose your job?
Yes, I would.
Okay, so that would have devastating effects, not just for you, but for your 5 children and your mother.
Yes.
Would
All
your
right,
husband?
just a moment. So maybe people didn't understand me. There's to be no talking in the box while we're on the record. It makes the job difficult for the court reporter. She can't hear. And if she can't hear, the defense doesn't have a record and the state doesn't have a record. All right, you may continue.
Thank you, Judge. Would your husband be able to support your household with just his income alone?
No, we would not.
Okay. And your 3 younger children, what's their situation with school?
They're homeschooled.
Okay. Who does that? Do you do that?
I'm the primary person.
Okay. So obviously, if you're in custody, they would not, or would your husband be able to?
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Has he done that in the past?
No,
Or
he has not.
it's been you that's been the one that's homeschooled them?
Yes.
Okay. And can you describe for the court your medical conditions that you're currently dealing with?
I'm thalassaemic, as well as I have thyroid issues, and now I'm currently being examined for a heart condition.
Can you explain to the court what those first 2 mean?
Thalassemia is a disorder of the red blood cells that reduces the oxygen that circulates in your body. Thyroid is a hormone issue, and my heart issue, they're still trying to figure out what's causing it.
Could some of those issues affect your ability to fight infections if you caught some sort of illness in the jail?
Yes,
Okay. And you said you're dealing with a heart issue that is still ongoing,
yes.
and the doctors don't know exactly what the diagnosis is. Is that
Not
correct?
yet, no.
How did that start?
It was discovered when I contracted COVID and I was not able to come to my last sentencing date because of COVID.
Okay.
That's
And
when
then
I
so
discovered it.
when you were seen at the doctor for COVID, that's when they discovered it.
Yes.
And what did they see?
Extremely high blood pressure, and we couldn't figure out what was causing it.
Okay. So an unnaturally high level of blood pressure.
Yes, and then possible scarring on my heart.
Okay. I don't have any further questions, Judge.
All right, state.
Just a few, Your Honor. Ms. Simmons, this theft that you led to committing, that didn't all happen at once, is that right?
It did not.
This was all done over a period of time.
Yes, it was.
How long was that period of time?
Several months, almost a year. I can't exactly speak the exact time period.
And during that time, you were lying to your coworkers
Yes, I was.
and you were lying to your boss.
Yes, I was.
And based on what you just said on direct, you're also lying to your family.
Yes, I was.
No further questions.
Any follow?
No, Judge.
What do you do with human resources?
I'm not with Human Resources.
Well, it says in here that you're employed with human resources.
Oh, no. It's the City of San Antonio Department of Human Services.
All right, what do you do?
I'm an administrative assistant.
What is that? What are you doing?
I'm scheduling, writing letters, setting up paperwork.
Do you have access to their funding?
I do not.
Are they aware of this charge?
Yes, ma'am. I was actually arrested while I was doing my background check for the job.
All right. Defense, are they aware of what she's charged with?
Yes, Judge, they are. And I believe that, I don't know how they would handle it, but I believe if she was on deferred adjudication, she may be able to retain that job, but obviously she would definitely be fired if she had a conviction.
What are the hours you work?
I work from 7:30 to 4:30.
Is this 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.?
7:30.
Is this 7:30 a.m. to
Yes,
4
ma'am. Yes,
p.m.?
Yes, ma'am. 7:30 a.m.
What days?
Monday through Friday.
How are you homeschooling your children if those are your schedule?
Because we have an online program that we use, and then during my lunch breaks and after work, I go in and make sure that all their assignments are completed. Their assignments are completed. I get alerts and I call home to make sure that they're getting their work done.
So what hours does your husband work?
He works the same hours. He also works for the city.
So who's supervising these children?
My mother is with them, as well as they have their older siblings that are also there, but
The mother who has the health issue?
yes, but she's still able to move around and function, yes.
Mhm. I will tell you, I don't think that older children should be in charge of supervising young children. Sometimes parents use their older children as built-in babysitters, and they're supposed to be taking care of the siblings. Those are not their children. Those are their siblings. It's the same thing with grandparents. Those are not their children. Those are their grandchildren. It really is supposed to be, do you feel like babysitting? Yes, I do. It's not supposed to be a permanent thing. Your children, your older children should have their own lives to live. And I see where some of them are 17. What are their ages?
It's 20, 19, 16, 10, and 7.
Okay, I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? 20?
20, 19, 16, 10, and 7.
And all of you are living in an apartment currently?
Yes, ma'am.
How many bedrooms?
4.
So basically all of these, your children have 2 bedrooms amongst them? Because I'm assuming you and your husband sleep in a bedroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Grandmother, hopefully she has her own room.
No, she does not, ma'am.
So who is she?
She's shares a room with the 10-year-old and the 7-year-old.
That's probably not great for her.
It's not.
So why isn't the 10 and 7-year-old sharing a room with you?
They don't.
Why not?
Our
Why are
room
you
is-
putting your grandmother out?
my
If she
room-
has health issues, as you say, and I'm supposed to sympathize with that and be concerned about that and your ability to do jail time because of that and because of your conditions, why are you not being sympathetic with her and allowing her to share a bedroom with a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old? Why are you not doing that?
The room that she's in is the larger room than mine, but you're right, Your Honor, it shouldn't be that way.
She shouldn't be taking care of a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old full time when she has medical issues, as you told me. That should be on you. And the fact that you have medical issues, then your husband needs to step up. People need to stop passing the buck just because people are related biologically or love their children. People need to stop passing the buck and having other people raise their children Your grandmother didn't decide to have these children, you did. Now, with regards to this restitution matter, how much money, does anyone know, how much money did the company pay? Did they have a deductible or something they needed to pay, or it was just, we're paying you this entire amount?
I believe they were paid out the entire amount that they requested.
I believe that's correct, Judge. The company was made whole.
All right, so here's the question. Why should I give money to an insurance company? Because as we all know, the insurance company has passed along this loss to everybody. Their rates have raised. And if she were to pay back the insurance company is not going to give any money back to any other people whose rates were raised because they had to pay out this money. So why should I order her to pay this?
Judge,
I feel like she should pay something.
it is the natural consequence of her actions. Just because, there's going to be a car wreck doesn't mean that you don't be responsible. I think that because they were looking out for the possibility that this could happen, protecting themselves from loss, they were made whole, and that insurance company is the one who's now on the hook for.
Then why doesn't the insurance company just sue her?
They have that opportunity, Judge, if they wanted to.
And Judge, just for your edification, that is why we included it below the line. They're not the named complainant on the indictment.
All right. Because I know when people have car accidents, or if there's, like in California, they have this big storm that's happening and everybody's insurance rates are going to go up because the insurance company are acting as though they haven't been collecting premiums from everybody. They're going to increase everybody's rates. And with regards to this company, if she were to pay this amount back, is that insurance company then going to say, oops, we've got that money back, we're going to give everybody a discount?
I can't speak to what they'll do, but
Oh, they probably won't.
I think you're right.
This is me, just, wondering why insurance companies take everybody's premiums every month and it doesn't cover anything because they still end up increasing everybody's rate. But there we have it. So was the complainant out of anything?
No, you aren't. They were, the mental distress caused by having to go through the insurance claim. Mr. Kendon is here if you would like to speak with me.
I'm sorry, who?
The victim, the owner of the complainant business.
I mean, if you want to call him, you can call him as a witness.
Judge, in the PSI, they're not asking for any money because they were paid everything.
Okay.
There will be a brief victim impact statement, but I don't think we need him as a witness, Your Honor.
All right. So I see that she doesn't have any prior criminal history. Is there a reason why the state is opposed to deferred adjudication?
And that's just because of the nature of the crime and the long-term deception. We think that the case merits a conviction.
All right. Ms. Simmons, you have a choice. Usually I can't give people choices. I can place you on 8 years deferred adjudication, or either you can have a conviction. And with a conviction, you'll be on probation for 4 years.
I'll accept the 8 years deferred adjudication now.
All right. The court is going to sentence you to 8 years deferred adjudication. I'm not going to grant this restitution, but I am going to give you a $2,500 fine. There should be parenting classes. The theft course, the court sees that she's already taken the theft course. She'll need to provide that documentation to probation. There should be no contact with Southwest Gulf Coast Regional, I cannot read this word here, Regional Council. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, outpatient treatment with probation. There's to be 90 meetings in 90 days. That can be NA or AA. I'm going to want field visits 2 times per month until further notice. And there's to be regular UAs. Probation, is there anything else?
Your Honor, on the outpatient treatment, do you want that intensive or supportive?
Intensive.
And along with that, can I have a TAPS?
My understanding is the top evaluation has been done.
Oh, yes, Your Honor, my apologies. Proof of employment?
Thank you. See, it's been a long time since we'll be back.
Yes, no.
Proof of employment within 15 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors.
And one more, please, Your Honor. Did you, any community service hours?
We'll do 180 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived once you've completed parenting classes. The remainder will be waived if you provide proof of full-time enrollment in school. And for the court, full-time enrollment is at least 9 hours. I myself would take 21 hours a semester, but I'm not expecting that of you. But so at least 9 hours. Probation, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
Can I have therapy, please?
What type of therapy are you requesting?
Mental health?
All right, can we do a MIC evaluation, please?
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know that. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, real quick, one point of clarification. You were asking for a 60-day jail sanction. It was below the line on the plea bargain. I was just asking if you're opposing that or holding an advance or anything like that.
I'm not going to impose that. Thank you. All right, is there anything else from either side?
I just wanted to clarify, I guess, what just happened was, so that's not being ordered.
No.
Because she has to do the 90 meetings in 90 days.
No, it's just not being
It's
ordered.
not part.
All right, anything else?
Nothing else from the state, Your Honor?
No, Judge.
All right, you said there's victim impact?
We do have victim impacts.
All right. 2020 CR 4098A, State of Texas versus Brianna Renee Mitchell. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Sparks?
Defense?
The attorney record Monica Guerrero, covering for Ms. Guerrero, also states him. Ms. Mitchell, would you give this judge permission for me to do the plea in case of Monica Guerrero?
That's not.
All right, I'm going to need you to speak up, okay?
Yes.
All right, are you Brianna Mitchell?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Brianna Renee Mitchell who was placed on community supervision in 2020 CR 4098A for the offense of manslaughter on December 10th, 2021 for a term of 10 years? Is that you?
Yes.
All right, state.
Yes, Judge, violated condition number 1 on or about the 8th day of September 2022 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Brianna Renee Mitchell, committed the offense of possession of controlled substance, penalty group 1, in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Violated condition number 1 on or about the 8th day of September 2022 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Brianna Renee Mitchell, committed the offense of fail to ID fugitive intent to give false information in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Violated condition number 1 on or about the 8th day of September 2022 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Brianna Renee Mitchell, committed the offense of evade arrest or detention in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
We'll waive the other violations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
None.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to violations 1, 1, and 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $1,500 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 1, 1, and 1?
Yes.
The court will find 1, 1, and 1 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Judge, we're asking that you grant the motion, revoke her probation, and sentence her to 10 years in TDC. In addition, Judge will be taking into consideration cause numbers 2022 CR 10345B, County Court cause number 692652, County Court cause number 692653.
Is that the agreement, defense?
It is, Your Honor, and I believe I may have made a clerical typo on the certificate of appeal. I may have put I may have put the case in TIC instead of the NPR. That's my mistake.
Yes. No, I'll correct that. Is there any objections to the court correcting that with the proper cause number?
None from the defense. And if I may put something else on the record, Your Honor.
Yes.
This offense was created during a time where Ms. Mitchell was on federal release, supervised release. She has federal back time, and post the offense, she did time in federal prison. I have some dates if I could put those on the record.
Yes.
She was in custody in federal prison or federal custody on April 18th, 2016, where she was sentenced November 17th, 2016. And she was not released until April 3rd, 2020. When she was released April 3rd, 2020, it was supervised release. And there was a revocation hearing. And she has federal custody time from February 18th, 2022 to April 13th, 2022. And we ask that she be given credit for federal time in addition to the Barry County time.
So you're asking for credit from April 18, 2016 to April 13, 2020?
We are, and I did explain to my client that is prior to the offense date, but she was still in custody post that also, and that it's the court's discretion to award time.
So with regards to the dates from April 18, 2016 to April 13, 2020, was this case open on a motion to revoke or no?
I don't believe it was on a motion to revoke.
All right, was this case pending?
I have to,
Right.
I can
So-
check one moment, Your Honor.
Okay, so that's what I want to know about that. But with regards to the February 18 to 2020, I'm sorry, February 18, 2022 to April 13, 2022, this was pending, correct?
Yes.
All right, so she will definitely receive credit for those dates. I just need to check on the April 18th date.
Are you gonna do?
Can you look for that too?
So that was really
So when this case was on the system, what date was that again?
February 17th. And then she was running Revocation 12-10.
All right. Well, it appears, Ms. Sparks,
Yes, Judge.
on this case, I'm being informed by the clerk that this case was actually on the system January 2nd, 2016.
Yes, Judge, that's what our computer says.
Okay, so we can go back on the record for now. So are you asking the court to follow this agreement?
Yes.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then the court is finding 1, 1, and 1 true. The court will follow your agreement, revoke, sentence you to 10 years in the prison, take in consideration 2022 CR 10345B, County Court cause number 692652, 692653, give you credit for any time served, and the court will give you the credit served in federal custody from April 18, 2016 to April 3rd, 2020, and February 18th, 2022 to April 13th, 2022. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
No, Judge.
Nothing from defense.
All right. For some reason, there's no affirmative finding on this of a
On the
deadly weapon.
original?
Yes. Let me see something, just one moment. I don't know what the underlying facts of this case were. Just give me 1 second. I'm assuming a weapon was involved, be it a vehicle or something else. All right, yeah, it's involved a gun.
It appears that my client appears that it was with the co-defendant who had a gun. Her client didn't have a gun, but that was not negotiated with the district attorney's office with Marcus prior to this.
All right, because I mean, according to the, and I know this is before your time, Mr. Statesman, but according to the indictment, it says that Brianna Mitchell did recklessly cause the death of an individual, namely, the complainant, by discharging a deadly weapon. So this is pre this attorney, Ms. Mitchell, but that's what's in the paperwork. So there's going to be an affirmative finding. So there's an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck. We can go off the record. I saw in this case where parenting classes were ordered for you. So here's the thing. Someone else is taking care of your children or your child. When you are released from prison, and at some point you will be, do not go up to the house acting as though, here I am, let me put my rules in place and disregard whatever rules have been set for your children. You understand? You're going to have to humble yourself. All right, good luck to you.
A convicted felon on probation for a weapons charge has done absolutely nothing. No reporting, no classes. Judge Boyd even set a compliance hearing to help her, and she skipped it. Now she begs for another chance. The judge's response? Brutal.
Court is calling 2024 CR 0105W, State of Texas versus Jasmine Lynn Gallegos. Can I have parties announced for the record, for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
For the defense?
Angela Blake.
And are you Ms. Gallegos?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Jasmine Lynn Gallegos who was placed on community supervision in 2024 CR 0105W for the offense of unlawfully carrying of a weapon with a felony conviction on January 9th, 2024 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 4 on or about the 22nd day of January 2024 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant, Jasmine Lynn Gallegos, the then and there failed to report as directed to the 187th District Court for a compliance hearing as directed by the supervision officer and or the court in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining violated condition.
All right. And I don't have a trial court certification.
No, Your Honor, it's we are requesting to be continued.
Yeah,
Would you
but
like the court like it instead anyway? Okay.
thank you.
Here's your trial court service.
There it is.
Oh, thank you.
All right, and state,
Oh, yes, there's an agreement, Your Honor.
now, are you proceeding on the next violation?
No, waiving the remaining violated conditions, Your Honor.
All right, any objections to the waiver?
No objection.
Did you understand by pleading to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it guilty? I'm sorry, could find it true, grant the motion and sentence you up to 5 years in prison and up to $1,000 fine. You're gonna need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There's a proposed agreement, Your Honor. It is to deny the motion and continue her on her community supervision with additional TAP evaluation done while in custody and follow the recommendations of mental health eval in custody, ISP gang evaluation in custody, and also a UA hotline for 90 days, plus proof of residency and employment every 90 days.
All right, so why should I follow this agreement? It appears that she hasn't done anything. Has she done anything on probation?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and then I had a compliance hearing. I always do compliance hearings. If there's an issue, people can come in, tell me what their issue is, and we can get them back on track. So I don't understand why I should continue her.
We're just asking the court consider it, Your Honor.
But I mean, somebody needs to give me a reason why, because she is on probation. She hasn't done anything. And to get her back on track, I set it for a compliance hearing and she did not show. So I don't understand why I should continue her.
I call my client, Your Honor.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jasmine Lingueros.
Are you asking the court to consider release or continue on probation?
Yes, ma'am.
And why is that?
Because I never started it. And I got released and I didn't turn myself back in, but I want to do something better.
All right, do you need to speak up?
I want to do something better in life.
So the reason why you want me to continue you is because you were placed on probation, you were released, and you never did anything. So basically, you're just throwing yourself on the mercy of the court saying, I did nothing, but please continue me.
Do you have a job?
Yes.
Where do you work?
I mean, I was working at the Subway.
Okay, I cannot hear you.
I was working in Subway at Pleasanton, Texas.
And where do you live?
In Pleasanton, Texas with my grandma.
Do you have anybody that you care for?
Yes, my grandma. She's sick right now.
Oh, let's not do that. Let's not do this thing where we're bringing in the sick relatives, the baby that nobody else can take care of, because you were supposed to report. Let's do this. This is what can help me understand whether or not I should continue. Let's assume you don't have a sick grandmother, you don't have any sick relatives, you don't have any sick children. It's just you. Why should you be continued on probation? Don't tell me that Subway needs somebody to make sandwiches. Let's assume that Subway doesn't need anybody to make sandwiches. Why should I be continuing you?
Because I want to prove to you that I can do it.
But you have not. But okay, but you want to prove to me that you can do it?
So,
All right. Any other questions?
Is there any other reason why you're asking the court to continue on probation?
no,
Do you believe you have a drug problem?
no.
All right, so she don't have a drug problem. Why didn't you report?
Because they wanted me to turn myself back in.
I'm sorry, what?
Because they wanted me to come back and turn myself in.
All right. Why didn't you show up for your compliance hearing? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I don't know, ma'am.
All right.
Do you have a mental health issue? Have you ever been diagnosed with any mental health issues?
No.
All right. So I really don't have any reason to continue her. Her whole thing is, I didn't do anything. Don't revoke me. And the court everyone knows if somebody is falling off track, Normally what I do in some situations, Ms. Gallegos, is because maybe sometimes people just fall off track. They just need to realize what they're looking at. And I set compliance hearings. And I'm not even going to consider, I set compliance hearings twice for you. The state only went on one, so I'm not even considering the other. But a compliance hearing was set for you to try to get you back on track to see, hey, is there something we're missing here? Is there something you need in order to be successful? And you didn't even show up for the compliance hearing. The compliance hearing was a step before your motion to revoke. Because I had a choice at that time. I always get notices from probation. They'll tell me how a probationer is doing. If there's some issues, I will always usually check compliance hearing. Let's bring that person in and find out what's going on. And you didn't even show up for that. So I don't think you're a good candidate for probation. Everybody who's in custody will come before me when they're in custody and say to me, I want to prove to you I can do it. But, you know, history has shown that you can't because you didn't. So I don't know why I should continue you. So I don't know if you want to talk to her, but I don't have a reason for why she didn't show up. Okay. All right. I'm not going to follow this proposed agreement. I don't think she's a good candidate for probation. She hasn't done anything. And she's been given opportunities to do things and she just refuses. And based upon her testimony, she didn't want to come back because she didn't want to turn herself in. I don't know what to do with that.
If the court were to grant your request for continued probation and the TAP evaluation, would you comply with the conditions of the TAP?
Yes, ma'am.
And any recommendations thereof?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you also comply with any conditions of the gang ISP evaluation,
Yes, ma'am.
as well as the mental health?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, my client's throwing herself in the mercy of the court, and we're requesting that the court continue her on probation.
All right, so under under direct examination, she stated she doesn't have any mental health issues, so that's not an issue. And now I'm being thrown at that there may be gang issues with her. And part of the plea bargain agreement was, in this case, she was to forfeit weapons, magazines, and ammunition. So she was placed on community supervision for that, and she has done nothing. Court is finding violation of condition number 4 true. Court is going to sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,000 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. I'll recommend, if she stated she doesn't have any drug issues, she doesn't have mental health issues, but I'll recommend the therapeutic community or the mental health unit at the prison. You'll have to recommend it as well because I have no jurisdiction. And if they discover that you do have a mental health issue, then they will take care of it there. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you have a limited right to appeal, and that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on community supervision. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you. You're going to have to start making better decisions. If you continue to pick up felonies in Texas, they're going to start labeling you as a repeater or a habitual. If you're a repeater, that means your range of punishment level is going to go up by one level. And if you're habitual, in some cases, your minimum is going to be 25 years at the prison. You have some choices you're going to need to make. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And when you're released from prison, if you need help with anything, you can always come back here if I'm here. Okay. Good luck to you.
Jasmine Guillos was revoked and sentenced to 5 years in prison with a $1,000 fine and credit for time served. Judge Boyd recommended the prison's mental health unit, despite Guillos denying any mental health issues. The judge noted she had done nothing on probation and skipped a compliance hearing designed to help her get back on track. A harsh outcome that underscores the court's zero tolerance for total non-compliance. Was 5 years too much for a non-violent probation violation, or did her inaction leave the judge no choice? Share your thoughts. For more real courtroom moments, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell.